Hey guys, Jim the Game Guru. Today, check it out. Marvel Splendor. Very, very, very cool. Splendor, the game where the original Splendor is one that you collect jewels and you have to raise to about 15 points. It's an engine building kind of game. This one, they've taken Marvel characters and they've tweaked the rules a little bit so that it's still the same type of gameplay, but there are kind of infinity points that you get, and then you have to end up capturing this last card at the very end. And then there's a little bit of stealing, which is kind of cool. Very neat. I love Splendor. I think Splendor, one of the things I love about Splendor is it has fantastic components, great gameplay to it. And it is just, this one looks actually pretty stunning. And so I'm going to go through, open it up, show you guys the cards, do a quick little playthrough, and then kind of show you what, the differences are between the original Splendor and this one. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and dive into this and show you guys what's inside. If you guys are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. All right, let's get into this super cool version of Splendor, Marvel version. My sister absolutely loves Splendor, and she loves Marvel. She's probably gonna go freaking bonkers when I bring this over to her house to play a game of Splendor with Marvel. Super awesome box. It's very, I like this thing better than the original thing. And one of the biggest problems with the original Splendor is that the theme is just not very captivating. It's one of those games that I didn't pick up until later because I looked at the box. I'm like, oh, it looks kind of dumb. And it wasn't until one of my friends got me into it that I was like, damn, this is a good game. And it's got really good components. Like the tokens in Splendor are just beautiful, and they feel real good. So now take that game and put an awesome whoop. And there's a crazy sound from the box, and put an awesome theme on top of it. Oh man, nothing but good things can come from that. So here's the manual. I won't dig into that too much. I mean, it's a very thin manual. I mean, look at this. That's the manual. That is how easy Splendor is to play. I mean, it's actually one of the best manuals for a game. It's very down to the point. It makes those points that you need to know without any kind of obscurity, and you just fire away with your game. So these are in the base Splendor game. These were like nobles, right? So in this one, they're not nobles. In this themed version, they're actually places. So these are places, and then these are the requirements in order to earn these places. You need to capture a certain amount of ability. So like in Splendor, all these different colors are actual different types of jewels, right? But with Marvel, these different colors represent other things. I think it's like the type of powers or something. Let me see. Yeah. So the orange represents soul. The blue is space. The yellow is mind. Purple is power. The red is reality. And then you have your green ones, which are time tokens. So this here is the main objective. You need to get the gauntlet. And in order to get the gauntlet, you need 16 affinity points, plus the time token, plus one of each of these different colors. That is the requirement. And the cool thing is, though, that one of these, this one, the Avengers one, this one is one of the cards that you can steal from other people. So when you end up getting certain heroes that have the Avengers kind of little logo thing on them, the person that has the most can actually end up taking this from somebody else. So this is the steal aspect that they introduced into the game. So we'll put that up there. We'll bring out the cards. These tokens here are amazing. I don't know why other board games haven't been able to replicate the feel that Splendor has on these round tokens. They just feel so good. They've got good, oh man, this is like, oh my god, this is not coming off. They have weight to them, and they just feel so good, so like smooth and just nice. Just very nice. All right, so we're gonna go put that there. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and unbox. I'm gonna unwrap every single one of these. So I'm gonna kind of speed up the video, and then I'll see you right after I unwrap these tokens. Right, now that I've got the cards unwrapped, the tokens unwrapped, I will just kind of show you guys a really quick glimpse of some of these tokens. So awesome, amazing. Every single one of these feel fantastic. Another one. Oh, that one kind of clung on, like was sticking to it, like it was magnetized or something. Very cool. Oh, put this back here. Do the yellow one. Here's the gray one. The gray ones are the wilds in this game. So if you get a shield token, it is a wild. You can use it for anything. And then here's the red one. I think I already showed that one earlier. If you get the shield token, you can use that for any purchasing of cards. The only restriction with the by getting the shield is that you can only get this if you reserve a card. Just like in the base Splendor game. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through some of these cards really fast. So these are the ones that are hard to get. So this is Captain America. We've got Black Panther, Black Bolt, Spider-Man, Thor, Nova, Doctor Strange, Loki, Hulk, Captain Marvel, Drax, Luke Cage, Black Widow, Ant-Man, Iron Fist, and Gamora. Really awesome. So I'm going to flip this right there where you're supposed to shuffle the cards, but you know what? Because I'm going to do a two-player simulation really fast, I'm not going to get into an entire game. I'm just going to show you the concept of the game really quick. So this is another blue one, so we'll stick that here. More blues. More blues. And you got more blues here. You got Vision, Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin. Really cool. So stick those there. Alright, so these are all the orange ones. We got Nick Fury, Falcon, Star-Lord, Punisher, Groot, Daredevil, Venom, Hela, Ghost Rider, Medusa, Scarlet Witch, Beta Ray Bill, She-Hulk, Okoye, Crossbones, Ronin, Carnage. Ooh, I like that Carnage. That's really sick. Jessica Jones, War Machine, Quicksilver, Ghost Spider, Miles, Black Cat, Nebula, Red Skull, Shuri, Maximus, The Collector, Karnak, and Maria Hill. Alright, so we're going to do those like this. And in Splendor, what you do is you shuffle the cards and you deal 4 out into each row. Okay, and now let's go ahead and do the greens. We'll do Hawkeye, Spider-Ham, Scarlet Spider, Kate Bishop, Kingpin, Silver Sable, Spider-Girl, Yondu, Miss Marvel, Quake, Wong, Crystal, Electro, Mysterio, Triton, Sandman, Winter Soldier, American Chavez, looks like. Abomination, Gorgon, Lizard, Kraven, Rhino, Scorpion, Wasp, Valkyrie, Bullseye, Elektra, Spider-Man 2099, Moon Knight, Lockjaw, Taskmaster, Squirrel Girl, which is kind of neat. I like that one actually. MODOK, Prowler, Spider-Woman, Rocket, and Baron Zemo, I don't know. Grandmaster, and then Vulture. I know most of these characters. There's a couple that I'm not familiar with. I'm gonna go and flip that. I'm not familiar with Baron Zemo or Zemo. I don't know what that is. Okay. So, there you go. So these ones being the easiest ones that you can get, these ones being the hardest ones. Now, with this game, the one difference is that in this Marvel version, you need one of these, right? You need a good old time token in order to get the gauntlet. The only way you can get one of these is by purchasing one of these top cards. That is the only way. The only way you're going to get one of those. Because you can see they have the time token on there. Now, remember that whole Avenger symbol and stealing? So like if I were to get Black Widow here, she's got 2 of them. So the person that has the most of these on their side ends up stealing this Avengers token. You need 3 of them in order to get the token to start with. And then from there forward, anybody that has the most will end up capturing that. These other locations, whoever gets the right amount of each color on their turn, then they end up taking these other tokens automatically, these location ones. The only restriction, though, is that you can't use them with these regular tokens. You actually have to have your engine built up down here. And then once you get your engine built up with cards, then you have to use that engine in order to buy these. You can't use them with normal tokens. That is the restriction on these cards up here. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to push this aside a little bit because I need a spot to put my my stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put these kind of tokens up here because I need a couple spaces for players. So when you first start off, you have Zippo, right? You have nothing. I'm going to do 2 players. So what you do is you end up getting, you have to get some of these tokens from the pool, and you can get them in 2 ways. You can get 3 of them, 1 of each color, right? Or you can get 2 of them as long as there's 4 or more. Now, there is a restriction because I'm doing 2-player. You wouldn't have all 7. I think if you're doing 2-player, these stacks get reduced. And I'm guessing here, I think it's 4. It's either 4 or 5. Let's just say it's 5. I can't remember if it's 4 or 5, but the less players you have, the less tokens you have available in the game. So I'm going to reduce these by 2 each. I think 2 players actually might be less than 5. It might be 4. I can't remember. I don't have to look at the instructions, but okay. And then this one will reduce by 2 as well. Okay. So, and then these just kind of go back into the box. So this player right here, I'm going to go ahead. So I see I need like 1 of each here, and then for that one. This one has 1 affinity point, which is kind of cool, but I need 4 red to get that. So I'm probably going to do 1 of this, 1 of this, and I don't know, we'll do like a blue too. So this person goes, now there. That's the tokens that I have available. You can only have a maximum of 10 tokens, and those 10 token max count includes the time token. So once you have a time token, that means you can only have 9 of these other tokens. Yeah, but by then, when you buy a card, one of these cards to get the time token, you're already going to have enough of an engine down here anyway that it's not going to really matter. You're not going to be pulling tokens from here as much. And I just noticed kind of on the camera, you can't really see these because that stupid reflection from the light. All right, so let's see these locations here. All right, so what are we gonna do? This next person goes, so they're gonna do something like maybe yellow, red, and purple or something, right? So this person gets a yellow, red, and purple. Then I go over here and I'm gonna say, you know what? I am going to do. I think I'll do a purple. I'll do another red. And I will do I'm going to move the green out of the way because I don't want to get confused here. I'll do another yellow too. Okay, so I cannot purchase on the same turn that I drew my tokens. So now this next person goes, they're going to go ahead and do a blue, an orange, and a red, I guess. Yeah, I'm not really concentrating on the board. I'm just kind of showing you guys how the turns are done. If there's a pile that has 4 or more in these tokens, you can actually take 2 of one of those, and then that's it. So you either get you get 3 tokens, each one of a different color, or you get 2 of one color if there's 4 or more in the stack. So now it's this person's turn, and they're just gonna, okay, you know what? I'll spend blue, red, purple, and I'll grab this card. So this card comes over here. Now this is part of my engine, and now that it's part of my engine, these go back into the pile. And now that it's part of my engine, I can now get 1 less yellow because this produces a yellow because it's part of my engine, right? So this flips over. There you go. So now Spider Woman shows up, and this person goes, and they don't really. Oh yeah, well they have this. They can just spend 2 and 1. So they're gonna spend these 2. They'll get Rocket. So we'll put Rocket over there for that person, and then this next one pops up. So now you got Prowler. And that's how the flow goes, right? The flow of this game goes that you take tokens, you can't go beyond your max, and then you buy these cards and just build up your engine. Now the trick with this game with Splendor is that you want to be able to maximize every single move by spending as little turns as possible to buy certain cards. Now, the bottom row seems very, very attractive because they're cheaper to build up your engine. But if you were to concentrate on the bottom row the entire time just to build up your engine to get up to here, you will probably end up losing the game. The hard part about Splendor is knowing when to reserve cards in order. So, like, let's say if one person reserved this, and they got a shield token, which is now a wild, and this flips over. The hard part is knowing when to reserve to get a wild, right, so that you can use it for anything, and to focus more on the second row. The second row is the one you really want to focus on in Splendor. The bottom, you purchase from the bottom as much as you need to just to get like maybe a little something going. But typically you want to purchase from the second row and then try to move up, and take as little turns as possible. The base game of Splendor says that you should aim for 24 turns, which is really, really, I'm telling you, it is so hard to hit 24 turns. But they say if you have 24 turns, you have a good chance of winning. If you get above 24 turns, you may win, you may lose. And if you get under 24 turns, you definitely have won the game. I'm not sure if the Marvel, with these new rules, with the stealing of getting this and stealing and buying these cards and being able to steal and having get this time, these little nuances with this version, I don't know if that affects the turn total that you need to get in order to pretty much guarantee you a victory. But yeah, but that is it. I mean, Splendor, it's an awesome game. If you guys have never played Splendor, this is fantastic game. And if you like Marvel, there you go. Put them together, you got it. And I feel like the more players you play with, the better this game is, because it's harder to keep an eye on your opponents, because there's these cards on the table that you may want to reserve a card so that somebody else can't get it. And it's easier when it's 1v1. When it's 1v1, you can look at what they have, and you're like, okay, well, that person has that. So if I reserve this, they can't get that. Or if I take this card before them, then they're probably screwed. They're probably going to have to go back and get some more tokens. But man, when you play this up to 4 people, and you have to look at everyone around you, and then look at what you have, and then plan your next move, and see what you're going to reserve, and all, it's challenging. It's challenging, but it's fun. But that's it. This is Splendor, Marvel themed, with some slight nuances to the rules. Super awesome. But anyway, guys, catch you later.